don't get it. What just happened?
What don't you get? I'm the maid.
Well, what was all this? Some kind of bet? A little game of what? Get the guests?
No! Look, I was trying on her clothes, and then you were there, and then you invited me out, and everything else.
And you thought you had to lie to keep me interested?
Who's kidding who here? You think you would have taken a second look at me if you knew I was the maid?
Well,
come on, with all due respect for your big-hearted politics, I don't think so, Mr. Assemblyman.
How would you know? You didn't give me a chance.
The story revolves around a case of a mistaken identity when the maid is mistaken as a guest, which sparks a romantic entanglement. Maid in Manhattan is a 2002 American romantic comedy film directed by Wayne Wang, starring Jennifer Lopez in the lead role.
Marissa Ventura, a single mother raising her 10-year-old son Ty, works as a maid at the Beresford Hotel in the heart of Manhattan. When not in school, Ty spends time with Marissa's fellow hotel workers. Marissa is a dedicated worker and goes the extra mile in doing her job. One day at work, they are informed about a vacancy in management position. Marissa's co-worker, best friend, Stephanie, along with fellow workers, believe that Marissa should be the one promoted for the position.
Perhaps one of our butlers.
Excuse me, Mr. Beckstrom. Sir.
Yes, Miss Kehoe.
Can a maid apply?
Well, technically, if an employee's been here for 3 consecutive years, he, or indeed she, is qualified to apply. So, yes, sure, absolutely. Why not? Anything is possible.
Hear that? The man said anything's possible.
Yeah, I guess he did.
While Marissa and Stephanie are cleaning the room of socialite Caroline Lane, Stephanie convinces Marissa to try on a Dolce & Gabbana coat. Caroline had previously asked for it to be returned to the store, and Stephanie argues that it technically does not belong to anyone at the moment. Elsewhere in the hotel, Ty bumps into and befriends hotel guest and senatorial candidate Chris Marshall, whom he learns has an interest in Richard Nixon, the subject of his school presentation. Ty wants to go with Chris to walk his dog, and the pair go to Caroline's room to ask Marissa for permission. Chris meets Marissa, who is wearing the designer coat, and is instantly smitten with her.
Hey Ma, this is Chris. He's got a giant gray dog named Rufus. And if you say okay, I'm gonna go walk with him, okay?
Hello.
Hi.
Let's not forget, I'm a kid and I need fresh air. Please, can I go, Mom? Please, please.
I'm Chris Marshall.
Caroline? You want your coat?
What?
The weather could be so tricky here. Weren't you just saying what a beautiful day it was?
Oh, you going out?
Weren't you saying how you wanted to stretch your legs?
Yeah.
Well, if your husband wouldn't mind.
She doesn't have a husband.
I don't have a husband.
Well, I insist then.
Marissa pretends to be Caroline and avoids the hotel staff while they exit the building. The trio spend time together at Central Park, and Marissa and Chris bond over talking about Ty. She tells him about Ty's speech that didn't go well the day before, so Chris encourages him and tells Ty that he gets nervous as well giving speeches. As soon as they are back, Marissa is called into the office, thinking she's been caught. But instead, they congratulate her on getting the management position, which Stephanie applied on her behalf.
What we did today was wrong.
But you didn't really lie. Not technically.
Now you're starting to sound like Richard Nixon. Listen, letting someone believe something is true when it's not is just as much a lie as a lie is. I let him think that I was staying in the suite, not cleaning it. I'm the maid, Ty.
Ma, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think he's after your money.
I can't believe you said that!
Chris asks the hotel head butler, Lionel, to invite Caroline Lane to lunch. Marissa happens to be present when Caroline receives the invitation. Marissa later finds out she's put on duty to serve at the lunch between Chris and Caroline. When the real Caroline shows up, Chris is confused and tells Lionel that's the wrong Caroline, with Marissa present. Lionel figures out that Marissa is the woman Chris has been looking for and helps her hide away. Later on, while leaving the hotel, Chris spots Marissa and Ty on the street.
You want to hear something really strange? I invited you to lunch today, and you came, only it wasn't you. So, what happened?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, are you still staying at the Beresford?
Oh, no. We moved uptown.
Oh.
You know, uptown.
Oh, great. Well, hop in. We'll give you a ride. We're going to the Tremont Housing Project, so we can drop you where? The Upper East?
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah, no. Remember, we're going to a party just a few blocks away, so we'll walk.
So how do I get a hold of you?
Or sales 917.
How about I call you?
Chris makes a deal with his overconcerned assistant Jerry that if he gets Marissa to go with him, then he'll attend the important dinner he has scheduled for him. so Jerry gets Lionel to pass on the invitation to her. Lionel grabs Marissa and tells her to go to the dinner and end the affair swiftly if she wants a future in hotel management. Stephanie and the hotel staff assist her in preparing for the evening by styling her hair and loaning her an expensive dress and spectacular necklace. Marissa shows up to the ball and steals everyone's attention.
Thank you for being here.
Well, I only came to tell you that you and me can't go anywhere beyond this evening. It just can't.
Oh, then you should have worn a different dress.
But just after one dance, Marissa runs away. Caroline sees her and chases after her, not realizing who she was. Marissa rushes off again, but Chris catches up to her, confronts her, then kisses her. Marissa is unable to resist, and they spend the night together at the hotel room. The next morning, Marissa is spotted by Caroline and her friend leaving his room. Caroline blurts out the truth to the hotel management, and Marissa is confronted in front of everyone.
The woman you thought was a guest on this floor is the maid on this floor. Aren't you, Marissa?
No, wait. Her name is Caroline.
No, Chris, darling, that's my name. She steals clothes, identities.
What the hell's happening here? I mean, why are you dressed that way? Caroline? Is this true?
Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ. The press is gonna have a field day with this one.
Marissa is fired in front of Chris and leaves the hotel. Chris chases after her to try to figure things out while the press sees and follows them. Heartbroken by the truth, both Marissa and Chris spend time apart, with him still thinking about her. Marissa is also hounded by the media and her disapproving mother. Sometime later, Marissa secures another job as a maid at another hotel. Chris is giving a news conference at the same hotel. Ty attends it and asks Chris whether people should be forgiven if they make mistakes, referencing former President of the United States, Richard Nixon. Chris is willing to forgive her and follows Ty to the staff room where Marissa is having her break.
Marissa?
Hey, Mom.
Ty, what are you both doing down here? What's...
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, look. Can we start over? Second chance, second date. You is you, me is me. No secrets.
Marissa reintroduces herself with her true identity, and they kiss, while the press surrounds them, and everyone else watched it broadcast live, cheering them on. Images of publications showing that Chris has been elected, he and Marissa are still together after a year, and Marissa and her maid friends have been promoted to management. A successful love story made in Manhattan.
Maid in Manhattan is a charming romantic comedy that combines elements of Cinderella-like fantasy with a contemporary twist that shows us that true love transcends boundaries. The film received a positive response for the chemistry between the two main characters and its heartwarming narrative. 接下来我们揭晓今天的学习内容。The phrase "stretch your legs" is an idiomatic expression often used to suggest taking a break from a seated or stationary position, especially after sitting for an extended period. It's a figurative way of encouraging someone to stand up, move around, or take a short walk to alleviate stiffness or fatigue in the legs. For example, we've been driving for hours. Let's stop at a rest area and stretch your legs. The expression, have a field day with this one, is an idiomatic phrase that suggests someone will take great delight, enjoyment, or advantage in a particular situation. It's often used when someone anticipates that others, such as journalists, critics, or commentators, will find a topic or situation particularly intriguing. For example, give that news story to the media. They will have a field day with it. And that's it for this episode of Cinephile. You can find more on the Funday website. Let's make every day a fun day.
How long are you in town for?
Not sure.
You always stay at the Barrowsprit?
Sometimes I feel like I live there.